Forget what you think you know about trauma. It's not the memory of the event itself, it's the raw physical imprint that's left behind, an emotional shockwave that keeps your body on high alert. Imagine your nervous system is convinced the threat is still happening, even when you're just relaxing on the couch. That's why your heart pounds or you randomly sweat. In this video, we're diving deep into the bizarre physiology behind this, and I'm revealing the breakthrough, how hypnotherapy helps you speak directly to your subconscious, convincing it the danger is gone, and bring you back to true safety. Your brain stuck alarm system. Ever get that sudden jolt of panic when you're perfectly safe, like when you're just sitting on a sofa? It can feel like your body's alarm system is completely switched on. Well, it probably is. Your unconscious mind's primary job is to protect you, but sometimes its protective measures don't switch off when they're supposed to. You see, trauma isn't always about massive, dramatic events. Whilst it absolutely can be, it's also any experience that was just too much, too fast, or too soon for your nervous system to fully process at the time. It could have been bullying at school, a difficult medical procedure, or even just feeling completely alone and helpless during a stressful period. The problem isn't necessarily the event itself. The real issue is how your brain decided to store that memory. For most experiences, your brain processes them, takes a lesson, and then files them away in a cabinet marked past. But with a traumatic memory, it doesn't do that. It keeps it in a bright red folder on a desktop marked happening right now. This is exactly why simple, harmless sounds like a car backfiring or a certain smell can throw you right back into the initial feeling of terror or dread. It's because your brain's alarm system, the amygdala, is still on high alert. The amygdala is like your brain's smoke detector. Its job is to scan for threats and keep you safe. But after trauma, it can become so sensitive that even the smallest trigger, a loud noise, a certain smell, or a specific place can set off the alarm. Take, for example, stories from research where a simple car backfiring on the street sends a soldier or a veteran directly back to the battlefield. For them, that sound isn't just noise, it's a trigger that launches the whole body into panic. Suddenly, their nervous system is flooded with adrenaline. Their muscles tense, and they're reliving the fear as if it's happening all over again. This constant state of alert creates real changes inside your brain. The amygdala, the emotional center, gets louder, while the prefrontal cortex, the logical calming part, has reduced activity. That means it's harder for you to talk yourself down or see that you're actually safe. It's not that you're weak or overreacting, it's just that your brain's wiring is stuck in emergency mode. You might find yourself snapping at people, wanting to run away, or just freezing up and feeling numb. These are the classic fight, flight, and freeze responses that were designed to protect you in a crisis. But when they're actually switched on, they drain your energy and leave you feeling exhausted or constantly on edge. The freeze response is particularly interesting because you might just feel completely numb, disconnected from your body, or you feel like you're watching your life from a distance. What makes these memories so powerful is that they're not just mental snapshots, they're loaded with the same emotions and physical sensations you felt back then. So when a trigger brings up that memory, it's like the whole event is happening again, complete with fear, panic, or helplessness. Your unconscious mind locked away the experience to keep you safe, but the emotional charge is still active, just waiting for the next trigger to set it off. And here's the frustrating part. Because all of this happens deep in your brain's wiring, You can't just reason your way out of it. You can try to tell yourself you're safe, but the parts of your brain that's supposed to believe that is barely listening. It's like you're speaking the wrong kind of language to your own nervous system. So if you can't just will yourself to feel better, what can you actually do? That's where things start to shift. There is a way to reach that part of your mind that's running this old program and start changing how it responds without having to relive all the pain. Rewriting your brain's codes. So your brain is running an old, unhelpful program. And you can't just tell it to stop because, quite frankly, you're not speaking its language. The logical part of you can rationalize all day, but the subconscious, the one actually in charge of those deeply rooted reactions, doesn't respond to facts. It responds to feelings, symbols, and beliefs. The trick? You need a translator, a way to communicate directly with that part of your mind. This is exactly what hypnotherapy does. And let's quickly clear up some myths. It's not about losing control or clucking like a chicken on stage. It's about gaining access. Hypnotherapy is a natural state of focused relaxation where your inner critic takes a little tea break. You're fully aware and in control, but your mind is quieter, more open to positive suggestions. You slip into this state more often than you think, like when you're completely absorbed in a good book or watching a gripping film. For a long time, people thought your brain's wiring was pretty much fixed by adulthood, but modern neuroscience has flipped that idea on its head. Your brain is actually designed to change and adapt throughout your entire life. This incredible ability is called neuroplasticity. It's your brain's natural capacity to form new connections between cells and literally rewire itself based on new experiences. Think of it like updating your internal software. That old trauma program might be outdated and full of bugs, but you have the power to install a new updated version that serves you better today. Hypnotherapy is one of the most effective ways to run that update. One of the most powerful tools for this software update is something called regression therapy. Now, I know what you're thinking. The name may sound a bit scary, but it's much gentler than being forced to painfully relive something truly awful. The goal isn't to erase the memory. After all, that's part of your life story. The goal is to take the emotional sting out of it, to disconnect the intense fear or sadness from the event so it no longer controls your present day life. It helps you change your response to what happened. A brilliant and safe way that this is done is with a technique called the safety to safety loop. Here's how it works. When you're in that relaxed state, your hypnotherapist guides you to vividly remember being safe and calm just before the difficult event happened. You really feel that safety. Then you mentally fast forward through the event, almost like watching it on a screen from a distance, and immediately land in a time you knew you were safe right after it was over. By looping from a point of safety to another point of safety, the intense bit in the middle starts to lose its grip. Its context changes, you see. Your brain learns to file the memory away, but this time it's sandwiched between two moments of calm. This is how you can reframe traumatic memories and process them without getting stuck in all the pain. This isn't just a nice idea, research backs it up. For example, studies have shown that when a fear memory is reactivated and then paired with a new calming resource, both animals and humans can lose that fear for good. That's the power of giving your brain a new way to process an old threat. Another important step in this whole process is forgiveness. And let's be clear, forgiveness here isn't about letting someone else off the hook, it's entirely for you. Holding on to resentment is like letting somebody live in your head entirely rent-free. keeping that old trauma program running. Forgiveness is a tool that finally breaks the emotional loop of pain inside a memory. It's a message you send to your subconscious that says, the story is now over. The debt has been cancelled and you can finally let it go. It's about reclaiming your power. You're not just coping with old trauma anymore, you're actively transforming it into a new source of strength, proving to your deepest self just how resilient you are. The final piece is reintegration. In regression work, this means bringing together the younger her parts of you and your wiser adult self. The adult forgives the child, offers comfort, and you mentally walk through your life as if you've always had that strength and safety. This isn't about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about updating your response so you're no longer stuck in it. All of this shows that your brain is far more adaptable than you might have been told. You're not stuck with old patterns forever. With the right approach, you can change how you respond to what happened, turning pain into resilience and fear into a sense of safety. With this recognition, you're proving to your deepest self just how capable you truly are. Conclusion. There's a saying in the world of therapy: life is 10% what you experience and 90% how you respond to it. This idea is the absolute key to healing from trauma. For so long, you may have been focused on that 10%, the awful thing that happened. And yes, it was awful. But what if the path to healing is found in the 90%? What if you could change your response? Hypnotherapy gives you a direct path to transforming that 90%, turning memories that once traumatized you into experiences that can empower you. So, here's the biggest takeaway from this video. Trauma isn't a life sentence. It's your body's powerful protective response that just hasn't been told that the threat is gone. Basically, your mind has been running a protective program, one that made sense at the time, but might be holding you back now. As expert hypnotherapist Igor Lidohosky notes, our minds carry these patterns, but we can choose to update them. Hypnotherapy is one powerful way to have that quiet conversation with your subconscious, to finally let it know you are safe now. Your brain already has the amazing ability to heal. It just needs the right instructions on how to begin. Igor further states that with these kinds of focus approaches, we can say we have a cure for trauma. In other words, you have the capacity to rewrite your own story. Trauma is a program that once kept you safe, but today you hold the power to update that program and reclaim your inner peace. If you're curious about trying hypnotherapy for yourself, feel free to reach out to me. Take that first step, even if it's just learning more. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share your questions below so I can help you on your healing journey. This is Marco Cello, and I want to thank you for joining me in this video. If you found this insightful, make sure to like and subscribe. My next batch of videos will dive deeper into practical ways you can literally change your mind and indeed your life. So don't miss out on unlocking your full potential. And if you're ready to explore how hypnotherapy can help you directly, I invite you to schedule a hypnotherapy telesession or learn more about my 20% discounted hypnosis phone programs. You can find all the details and book your preferred spots from the video description or in my channel bio, or simply type in what you see on screen. Thanks very much.